Okay. Hi, Steve here. And I was attempting to do something that I didn't fail at because if you do something, you accomplish something. But if you don't accomplish what it is that you wanted, then it's not a failure, that's an accomplishment of something that you didn't want. So you didn't fail at it, you accomplished it. You accomplished it, but it wasn't necessarily what you wanted. So none of us are failures. Some of us have accomplished a life that we weren't really going for. So, how does one change that? One goes for it in a different way. Because if you keep getting the same result, um, you, you've got to change the way you're doing things in order to possibly get a different result. So, the way to change is through your beliefs, your boundaries, and your behaviors. So you can pretty much just scrap your beliefs because they're just stories, unresolved events with emotions tied into them. And you want to just release the emotions from all those stories, no matter how traumatic your event might have been. You just want to you want to release it. Want to release the emotions, which allows you to release the story. So here's my story, and I'm going to be as brief as I can be about this story. So I'm going to see if I can show you what I'm doing. I'm doing what is called a path of balance for the world. So I'm going to leave it here, and then I'm also going to move it up so you can see the bottom section of it. And then you can see it, so you can see the whole page. And then I'm going to tell you about this. And in this book, which I've shown before, which is the Tarot Handbook by Angeles Arian, who I like very much. She's passed away, but I like her consciousness very much. And I use her tarot cards because they just combine so many elements of so many things. So instead of excluding the past, which seems to be something that is done when things are attempting to be changed, is the past is eliminated frequently, and then the future is just put in your face. For example, at one time, the University of Michigan Hospital was a homeopathic hospital. And if you could find a homeopath in it today, that would be a miracle. But at one time, my understanding could be true, it's a homeopathic hospital. Now it's just a medical facility using primarily pharmaceutical agents and organ removals, whatever, it's definitely it's medical, just purely medical. So this path of balance is like what you might want to be working with in terms of for the world, but for you particularly, and for me today, what we want to be working with. And what's fascinating about this is having the first wonderful night of sleep I've had in, I would say, 7 months. I feel like 7 months I've just been processing stuff, in the dream world, day world, all worlds. And yesterday was, kind of on some levels, April, or the day before, April 1st, kind of like the first day of spring. Let's just mess with you, and then it'll be winter again for another day or two, and that's April Fool's. But there was a shift that I felt take place on Monday. Yesterday, I felt like it continued, and today I really felt that opening of kind of a new cycle. So I wanted to do this Path of Balance, which is a seasonal tarot reading. And described to you, you got the picture, so you can freeze it there and look at the path of balance and see at the top, it has to do with the head. And it also, it has major arcana cards. So the major arcana cards are 0 through 21. And so the first card in this deck is the 1, which in the major arcana is the Magician. And that's the head. And this is what's going on currently. So I'm just going to show them to you what came up in that card. In the Magician card was the Prince of Cups. And I'll describe that to you. And then that's the first card. The second card in this reading and also in the deck is the High Priestess card, and that's about our self-esteem and our intuition. And what we drew magically from the card in that instance was the High Priestess card, which is just part of the magic of Tarot. The third card, which has to do with, in the Arcana card, is the Empress card. And in our drawing, it has to do with emotional expression, one's love nature. So what's going on with one's love nature? And what we got in that was the love card. Now these cards were well shuffled and well mixed up to the best of my ability. And then the deck was cut, and then these are the cards that came. So the next card is the fourth card, which in the major arcana is the Emperor card, which is about our personal power. And what we got for that card was the Empress card. So that card normally is the Emperor card, and what we got was the Empress card. And I'll tell you a bit about that later. For the number 5 card, number 5 in the major arcana is the Hierophant. And it's about our inner teacher, our lessons, and our opportunities within. And for that card, we got the 6 of Cups, which is the Pleasure card. Now, all of this stuff is kind of introductory, but this is like a major reading for the world in terms of this season. So for spring is a season. And the last card is related to the legs, and it's about our ability to maintain balance. And the 6th card in the major arcana is the Lover's card. And what we got was a major arcana card, the Star card. Now, I had to do it in this kind of convoluted way because I tried to turn my computer around and film it the way it was set up, and I couldn't pull it off. It just didn't work. So I think I'm gonna stop there and then organize this and come back with another video. So I'll be back in a few.